I was down, but I'm always gonna get back up. I'm a range, but I know I'm gonna get that truck. Done losing, I'm about to get that win.
Girl, this has got to be one of the nicest rooms I've stayed in a long time. Off the rip, before we get into things, let's just do a little tour. Okay, so it's very simplistic, but very nice. This is so cute. There's like a little sitting area, and you got your couch, little bed over there. There's something about the colors that they chose for the room. There's like a microwave and a microwave. A microwave. Okay, fridge, coffee situation. This is so cute. And look, the bathroom is like, the toilet is like separated, and there's like this little mini, like, I didn't understand this at first. I was like, what the hell? But then I saw that the real sink is over here. The real sink is over here. And then we got the shower. This is so nice. And there's me. Period. Plus my name is on the TV, and I always know it's gonna be a good time when my name is on the TV. Hey YouTube, it's me, Kristianna. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to When in Doubt Pink. Hello from Durham, North Carolina. I'm here for work, but I think we're gonna spend some time together this week. I think this is really going to be like a reading vlog, a chit chat reading vlog. Maybe we'll do some exploring later in the week if we can. I don't know what it's going to give, but let's get into the real elephant in the room. Let's talk about my hair right now. Okay, so I ran out of time and had to do like a quick weave situation. And I wasn't sure what color to get, if I wanted to try a 27 or stick with my normal 30, but I recently had like redid my highlights in my hair and stuff, and so it was really giving 27, not 30, which is true, right? So like all this out here, y'all know I don't have no edges, never had no edges, will never have no edges. That's genetic. Anyway, this is my hair in the middle here, right? I'm pulling it apart so we could talk about it. And you can see that like the colors are really giving, you can see the 30 up in here, like up here or whatever, but then it is giving 27 down bottom. So I bought this like 27 hair, and it's just very different for me. It's very different for me. Okay, you can go over here in the bathroom so I can actually really look at it. Okay, so we're in the bathroom. Oh, not the door opening by itself. All right, so I'm on my phone, and I think I'm gonna be on my phone through this whole vlog because I forgot the memory card to my camera. Brought the camera, forgot the memory card at home. Anyway, yeah, so this is my hair right now. It's a little quickly wavy hair situation. I cut it. It was long as hell. And I was like, oh no, because you know there's already a discourse about wearing weave in the wearing a wig in the summertime already. And so I already kind of was feeling that when I was like, let me go ahead and like wear this quick weave. I don't know, I don't think it's horrible, it's just different. And it makes me miss my 30 hair. So I think this is probably the first and last time you'll see me in 27 hair like this. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I'm late for a meeting, so I'm gonna go. But we're gonna keep talking because I want to share the book that I'm gonna be reading this week with you. I just don't have time to do it right now. Have you ever had Moe's before? Moe's Southwest. Me neither. But this is first time for everything. I feel like it's gonna be a hot mess. It was giving me, oh, wait a minute. Is there chips on the bottom here? on. Wait a minute. Before I talk trash, let me investigate. Let me investigate, because I was gonna say they made this crunchy thing, this like stuffed quesadilla crunch thing for me. They threw a bunch of stuff like a burrito almost, and then they put it in some kind of, they added some chips to it or something. I don't know. It's stuffed. Oh, but there is chips on the bottom. I don't know why they just like, they threw them in the bag, kind of like Five Guys a little bit. But they're warm. I like that. They had dinner at the meeting that I went to, but I had just enough to be polite. Wasn't that good. This is the second sweet tea I've had today that really shouldn't be called sweet tea. Am I a food snob? Anywho, okay. So I'm sitting on the floor because I took my pants off and I don't feel like putting them back on. But I wanted to talk about the book that I got. So I think I was saying to you the other day, I'm really ready to start reading physical books again, but I don't want to, I don't know, like, I don't want to get into like hoarding books necessarily, but I would like to have like a few books on deck or on hand, like a to be read list, if you will. I think I can be okay with having like small amounts of books at a time. I think it's a little bit like, I don't know, I don't want to speak too much on it because I really love BookTube. I love BookTube mostly. And I like that they like have tons and tons of book recommendations and stuff like that. But that's just like never gonna be me, especially because I read slow and I'm super busy. You know what I mean? However, anyway, that was like a little rant, but like I bought a couple books. They're at my house, so I can't like talk about them properly. But one of the books that I wanted to read first is called You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. It's supposed to be a love story. Look at that. It was really the title for me. I have no idea what it's going to be about. There's a little synopsis on the back. Sometimes I avoid that because like I feel like sometimes they tell it all and I kind of think I want to just go into it. Like I know it's going to be a love story. It's also a little bit of a palate cleanser for me because I'm realizing that at the rate that I'm consuming a lot of the fantasy books that I like or that I've been into lately, a lot of the stories and the people in them are starting to blur together, or I'm starting to feel bored a little bit. And so I was like, let me just like read something different, a one-off book, a book that is a standalone book, and then like not a series, like not a like 7-book series which I've been like listening to and reading lately. And let me just see like where I'm at. So this is a little one in comparison to like some of the books that I've been into lately. It's really short. The words are kind of a good the words are kind of like a good size, if you can see that. I'm into it. Nominated for an NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Literary Work Fiction. I'm really into it. I want to get into that. And I want to read it this week and hopefully be finished by Friday. It's Tuesday night right now. So that's a big order considering how busy I am this week. But I'm going to read a little bit each night and I guess come back and give my thoughts. More suspicious than when I'm like out on the road. My eyebrows don't even look like they've met each other before, let alone like in relation to one another. They've never met. Anyway, I was supposed to be coming back to talk to you about this book, but before we do that, I just have some thoughts I want to debrief. So I realized today that, okay, so first of all, if you don't already know, like, because I don't talk about it a lot, because I don't know, I don't necessarily center men in my life for the most part. Like, you can come on a lot of my vlogs and me never mention men and like ever, because I don't think about them, I don't center them, whatever. However, I am someone who dates men and likes men, right? Unfortunately. And how embarrassing is that? It's true. It's true. And so I've been single for like a while, right? And I've been trying to figure out, like, where's my guy? Like, where is he in life? My natal chart says he lives in New Orleans, but that's another story for another day. Where's my guy? And I'm like looking everywhere but where he's supposed to be. Anyway, I had an epiphany today that for sure, my guy has to be a movement man. And when I say like a movement man, I mean like he's gotta be about some stuff, okay? He's gotta have a passion for the people. He's gotta be someone who's doing the work. I think that is what I just figured out today. I am like at this thing the next couple of days that has more, that like has different community groups and things like that, from all over North Carolina, but also like folks from Virginia and like just like different southern states. There's like a lot of different people from a lot of different places, not just my organization. And I like met this dude who I was like, not, again, I don't think about men. But then he just like randomly started interacting with me, and I was like, oh, like, because he's not a stupid man, right? And one thing I can't stand is a stupid man. And I was like, oh, in my mind the whole time we're talking, I'm like, wow, he's smart. Wow. This is so fucked up. If you know already, okay, what type of time I be on, you know, I can't stand no stupid man. And I was just like, I was so impressed by him. The bar is in hell, y'all. The bar is in hell. But that was when it occurred to me that I was like, oh, like, I think I'm not finding my guy because I don't be looking in the places that I be at. I be in movement spaces. I be doing the people's work. And really, I need to find a man who's doing the movement, doing the people's work. That is all. That is the announcement. Anyway, okay, so last night I read a chapter of this book, which doesn't land me in a good spot to be able to finish by the end of the week. I don't know if that's actually possible. The length of the chapters versus how long it took me to read the one chapter, but that's like not shade on the book, that's shade on me, right? The book is off rip. The first line in the book, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like I said, I almost gave in to reading the back of the book last night, and then I started seeing what I felt like were spoilers, and so then I stopped, or like I just stopped. But so far, I have a lot of thoughts. I am gonna talk about it because this book has been out for a really long time. So if you were gonna read it, you probably were gonna read it a long time ago because I think it's a little bit older. Okay, so there's this one part, right, where two people are like hooking up, and the girl is kind of just like, to me, feels like she just wants to feel something outside of feeling something, you know? And she makes it okay for the guy to like not use protection, right? Okay, so that's where I have a lot of thoughts, because I do feel like, okay, so in society, I feel like men are socialized differently when it comes to having relations, and they are not taught to like protect their bodies or to have respect for their bodies in the same way that women are conditioned. That is my observation, just living my life, right? I was actually very bothered. Like, I was very, very bothered because I don't mind like casual relations. Like people having casual relations. I think cool. Like if you want to do that. But be safe about it is my thing. Like be safe about it, especially when you don't really know a person that well. You don't know what type of time they on. Y'all not in a relationship or whatever. It's a one night stand. Like be safe about it. So she makes it okay for the guy to not use protection, and then he goes okay and just like doesn't. Girl, it just really it is true to real life, you know what I mean? Like I know men in real life that like would judge their personal health on the health of their female partner who goes and gets checkups. You know what I mean? A lot of men don't go to the doctor that I know, that I know of, okay? And even though these are like fictional characters, there's something about that just really rubbed me the wrong way. That's it. That's my rant. But I do feel like this book is going to be really, really good. The girl in who's the main character, she is experiencing the aftermath of loss. Like she's experienced a huge loss, and I can see her like trying to navigate that in a way that doesn't feel like a drag. Like one of the reasons I stopped reading or stopped listening to Legendborn, which that was a book I literally just stopped reading or stopped listening to, was because in that story she's also going through a loss, but you can feel the loss in every conversation that she has with anybody ever. You know, it's like hanging over her like it's not good, you know? And it's a drag. And like, yeah, like when you lose somebody, it hurts. You go through things like you're like in a state of depression, you're feeling really down, you're not going to be like uppity, you know, and in spirit. But there's got to be a way to do that. I guess there is a way to do that without just depressing the reader. Like without depressing the reader. And so I feel like this book is doing a good job at like discussing what happened, clearly communicating that this person is hurting, but also not making it my problem. Anyway, I have some meetings to get to today, and hopefully I will be able to end at a decent time to get some reading done. Definitely up reading the hell out this book. Reading the hell out this book. I'm almost to the middle. Got my fries over guys bookmark. This joint getting good. It's already good. It started off good, but I think anytime I'm like desperately wanting to punch the heck out of a character, we're in there. We're in there. It's interesting and messy. This book is very messy. There was this one part where I was like, what? What? I had to reread it like 3 times where they kind of like, because the story centers around 2 best friends. And at one point, I guess they had hooked up with each other. I was like, what? Because it was so smooth. that if you weren't really paying attention, you would miss it. Anyway, I'm hoping to carve out maybe 30 minutes this morning while I'm having my breakfast to read a little bit more. But it's so good. I'm so into it. This was exactly what I needed. Girl. And then she's like dating this guy, and I think she's gonna like try to mess on his father. Like it's a mess. It's a mess. It's messy. I don't like this book no more. Just to be clear, I don't like it. It's got me really stressed. I feel like I'm too uptight for this book, is what the problem is. I'm too uptight for this book. Oh my God. Aleem spun her around, kissing her mouth. Faye stopped caring about anything except how she felt, how it felt now that he was finally touching her, and now that her fingers were in his hair, gripping his head as he kissed her back. He tasted like sin and coffee. Girl, I'm so irritated. I hate it here. I hate it. I've never filmed from this angle before, and I kind of like it, except for like the extreme brightness parts. I don't know if that's weird. We'll see. Okay, look, I'm back, right? But it's been a couple of days. I had to take that hair out, I had to take that hair out because I just couldn't do it. I hated it the whole time I had it. Couldn't do it. But also, I came to the conclusion, it wasn't really the color so much as it was the texture. I usually wear wigs that are textured so that they blend well with my hair. You know what I mean? I love a good, like Letitia wig that has like texture, like, and that was like a silky texture, and that's why I didn't like it. I couldn't put my finger on it, but that was why I didn't like it. It didn't have no texture. And I don't usually wear silky hair. Yeah, no, that's what was going on. But we're past that now. I've also just been experiencing a small series of unfortunate events, in which is getting worse in this very moment. The power just went out. Oh my God, I can't. Things just keep happening, and things just seem to be getting worse and worse. The pressure is getting worse. But I don't want to talk about that. What I do want to talk about is this book. Okay, so I've been trying to get back into this like reading journal. I bought this reading journal a few moons ago. I had jotted in it a little bit, but I really hadn't like gotten in it, you know? And I decided that I really want to get back into it, because now like Akatar 6 is being written. If you know, you know, Court of Thorn and Roses. The sixth book is being written, and I can hardly remember what happened in the first 5 books, and that bothers me, because I had such a good time reading those books, you know what I mean? And there's quite a few series now that I've blasted through and can hardly tell you some of the things. And so I want to get back into doing my reading journal so that I can actually remember what it is I liked or what it is I didn't like about whatever book. And so I did write some notes about this book, where it was like things that I like really liked or didn't like. I like that it asks you a bunch of stuff for you to like fill in too, you know? the main thing I like wrote over here though was that I'm really glad that I didn't read the back of the book, because the whole book would have been ruined, like off rip. Whole book would have been ruined had I read the back. Yeah, but some of the stuff I've already kind of like shared with you throughout, because I was like vlogging. But ultimately, this is an amazing book. This is an amazing book. I realized that my personal, I don't know, my sense of right and wrong, my personal moral compass is like in a certain kind of space where like reading something like this challenged me very much so, you know. But at the same time, it was so good, and I was like, I gotta tell my cousin, like I gotta have my cousin read this book behind me, so that we can actually discuss it. Because, and also like in the back of this book too, I guess she knows that people use this book as a book club book, and so she like wrote questions in the back for people to discuss, which I thought was really cool. There's like questions and things in the back. But yeah, excellent book. The main character, Faye, like she's a badass and doesn't give a fuck about nobody, in a way that I like the way that I don't know, I feel like you got to be a certain kind of person to just be super super locked in on yourself, to the point where you're just gonna follow your heart no matter what. She ends up like running away with this guy's dad at the end, and I was damn sure that was not going to happen. I was damn sure of it, and I was dead ass wrong. I was so wrong. But yeah, excellent. If you hadn't read it already and you don't mind that I spoiled the heck out of it, I would recommend it. But there was so much. It was chaotic. It was super chaotic. I loved it. Loved every moment of it, and I'm glad we got to read it together. Either way, I gotta go because I gotta figure out my life right now. The pressure is getting worse. Yeah, but I'm gonna try to like get this out as soon as I can, because I know I'm late posting. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Go dumb, diddy dum dum. Twiddling your thumb so you see I'm from.